right, welcome to another episode of Clear Lake Connections, where we talk to the people behind the businesses of Bay Area Houston, proudly sponsored by UTMB Health. Today's special guest, Staci with Second Chance Pets.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about Second Chance Pets.
So Second Chance Pets is a local nonprofit. We actually started 30 years ago this year.
Oh, wow.
So we do not have a physical facility shelter like you might think of with, for example, City of Webster. All of our animals live in foster homes. So we intake strays, cats, dogs, whether it's from the shelter, the streets, ones that our volunteers find, and they're fostered in our homes, given medical, until they are ready to go up for adoption into a new home. And we hold adoptions every Saturday at the Clear Lake Petco from about 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
And have you noticed an increase over the last couple of years after I heard a lot of people went out and got animals during COVID and...
Yeah, there's a big rush of adoptions during COVID. We had a hard time keeping dogs on the shelves, if you will. But that has definitely slowed down, and we do get requests every day for people who need to surrender their animals or are moving or have found strays. So unfortunately, it's always a high demand nonprofit.
Yeah, so talk to me about your nonprofit. If there's all nonprofits need people for volunteering, and then they need money to operate. So tell me, how are you guys raising your funds, and how many volunteers do you have?
So we probably have anywhere from 20 to 30 volunteers. That includes our board of directors, adoption counselors, fosters. We have some cat condos in the PetSmart store that are staffed every day. And we have volunteers who go in there and clean the condos and play with the kitties, give them fresh food and water. We have people who just work on fundraising items for us. And so our fundraising is through a lot of grants. And then we also, our adoption fees really don't provide us with much income by the time we've paid medical. So we have a big 30th year fundraiser coming up this year. It's April 12th at Lakewood Yacht Club from 6:30 to 9:30. And our goal is to raise $30,000 for this year. And every year we have a fundraiser around the same time. And that is one of our major sources of funding for the year, in addition to grants and just general donations.
And the funds are used to pay for, I guess,
medical. So all of our animals are spayed or neutered. They're always microchipped. They're dewormed, defleed, up to date on all their shots. And then we do a lot of specialized medical as well. So a lot of animals who need amputations. So, for example, we just took in about a 6-month-old kitten from the Galveston County Animal Resource Center who had some sort of genetic defect when we were born, is the vet's assumption, that needed to have her front left leg amputated because it was just dragging on the floor. So, an amputation can cost us anywhere around $3,000 or more. About 6 months or so ago, we rescued 3 dogs from the Seabrook Animal Shelter who were abandoned in an apartment after the tenant was evicted. And those dogs had all kinds of medical issues. One had some mammary tumors. They all had terrible teeth, so they all needed dentals, surgeries. One was heartworm positive. So I think on those 3 dogs total, we probably spent probably like $10,000. So, we rescue some dogs, and you don't know what kind of medical expenses they're going to have. But we do love those medical cases as well. So that's why funds are very important to us, so that we can continue helping animals that other groups or shelters just don't have the funds to help themselves.
So you guys are getting some of your animals from the shelters and taking over where they can't provide services.
Right, correct. We rescue a lot from Galveston County Animal Resource Center. It's usually in this area, so Galveston County, Seabrook, Nassau Bay, and Galveston County feeds kind of Texas City and Santa Fe and a bunch of jurisdictions, Bayou Animal Services. So kind of all in this area. Through those shelters, they'll reach out to us if they have some specialized cases.
And how long have you been involved?
I've been involved, I think this is going on my 14th year now. Okay. So I started just as a foster, and eventually wanted to get more involved. So now I'm on the board of directors and president, and I do adoption counseling. And of course, we always have to help with fundraising if you're on the board of directors. So we're lucky to have a lot of dedicated volunteers who have been with us for quite a while. But we always need fresh blood. So we'd love to have some new volunteers as well.
So talk to me a little bit about the if I wanted to, say, take in an animal, what does that look like? What's the length of time, the commitment?
It really just depends. Some animals are really more popular than others. So, for example, dogs, if you have a larger dog, it might take a little longer than normal. It really just depends. But you would say take in an animal, let us know that you're willing to foster it. We will help provide you with all the medical. We ask that you just, keep the animal in your home and provide food, water, and everything like that. And hopefully bring it up to adoptions every Saturday. Of course, if you need to miss a couple, that's no problem. And we've had some animals as short as a week or two, and we've had some that are in our care for a year or more because they are maybe medical cases or maybe, large black dogs or black cats. They just don't tend to get adopted as quickly. So it's a variety.
And so the foster, we'll call him parent, I guess, brings the dog up to the events that you do.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And then they're also online. They're on Pet Finder. They're on our website.
Okay.
So a lot of people will see them during the week, and they can submit applications during the week too.
So you do screen all of your...
Yes, we screen all of our adoptive homes just to make sure everything is going to be a good fit, and that we haven't seen any behaviors we think, would be a problem in this type of home.
Okay. And so you've been doing it 14 years. How many pets do you think you fostered during that time?
I would say I've fostered probably close to 100 or so now.
Oh, wow.
And that's actually, we've had some people who've been with us longer than that, and they've probably done 300, 400. I mean...
Wow.
Yeah. So, and, I just do one at a time. I do one cat at a time. You don't have to make some big commitment to, a litter of 6 kittens. If you find, one kitten, one at a time makes a difference.
Well, let's say somebody listening wants to get involved and start fostering. How do they get a hold of you, and what's the process?
Yeah, so you can come by our Petco adoptions every Saturday and talk to someone there in person, or you can email us anytime at the number 2, adopt@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And someone will get back to you about the process for that. And like I said, or just come talk to us and find out what, information is, or if there's a particular type of animal you really want to foster, we can try and, go find that animal for you. If you say, I only want to foster, kittens, we'll go find kittens. Or if I only want an adult dog, but it has to be a female dog because that's all my dog accepts. We'll go to the shelter and look for some that we think are going to be a good fit for your household.
Okay. And then you just kind of let the family take care of it. They show it.
Yeah, they show it. They give us information about these are things the pet does or doesn't like. Are they potty trained? Are they good in a crate? Are they super active? Are they good lazy? Because that helps us put them in the right home when somebody applies. And
currently, the mix of dog versus cat, what is that?
We have a lot more cats in the program. We have a lot more cat fosters right now. We would love to increase our dog foster commitment right now. But cats, it's a little bit easier to get, litter of kittens. So it's a little bit easier to have higher numbers on the cat side than it is the dog side. But we've also had a lot of dog adoptions recently, which has been great. So we recently just went and pulled a couple from Galveston County because we needed some more. So we would love to be able to go help them out even more by pulling some more into our program. Okay.
It sounds like a great model for people that don't want to necessarily own a pet but want to help and can
correct. Yeah, you
give
say,
you that time.
I really can't handle, I don't want 3 cats. Okay, well, temporarily, you can have this one extra cat. Or maybe you want to volunteer just when we're in a bind. So maybe we unfortunately get an animal returned to us and we need a temporary place to put it. You can say, hey, I'm willing to do that, for the first 2 or 3 weeks to get a regular foster home open. Or one of our fosters is going on vacation, and instead of us having to board the animal, you're willing to foster it for, a week or two while we're on
Okay.
vacation. Even those little steps help. And those are also a good way to test it out, kind of see if you like it, without making a big commitment too.
Yeah, it sounds like a win-win situation.
Yeah, for example, I've got a husband, and he has always said, we're only going to have 2 cats. And so I said, well, okay, I'd like more. Why don't can we agree on me fostering one? That way we're not keeping it, but it still lets me know that if I see one on the street, I can help out instead of just passing by.
Yeah. So April 12th.
April 12th.
Your big fundraiser.
Lakewood
and
Yacht Club.
we already talked about some of these medical bills. I mean, that $30,000,
It goes by very fast.
Yes. So come enjoy the event. And then if you're interested in fostering, reach out, because it sounds like the need is definitely there.
Yes. And at our event, we're actually we're seeking corporate sponsorships. You can find information on that on our website at secondchancepets.org. We're also seeking donations of wine valued at $15 or more. We're going to do a wine pool.
Okay.
And then we're going to be selling raffle tickets at Petco for a 50-50 raffle. So if you don't know what that is, buy raffle ticket, we'll draw a winner. The winner is going to get a gift card for half of the proceeds, and then half of the proceeds go to Second Chance Pets. And we've also got an Amazon wish list if you want to help us buy something on our silent auction item list to help us make baskets for the night of the event.
Nice. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you, and thanks for all the work you're doing out there.
Thanks for the opportunity.